So yesterday was a draw, and today, the big showdown. Once and for all, we're going to have a champion. 7 p.m. It's going down here. It's not the Bmac show. Remember that it's not the Bmac show. Who is it that you're needing to beat up again at Thanksgiving?
One of my stepbrothers, I got like 4 stepbrothers last year. I just wanted to be prepared this Thanksgiving when I come back.
To defeat your stepbrother, you must seek the Planet Jiu Jitsu.
You come to learn the mysteries of Planet Jiu Jitsu.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Well, thank you, Brandon. I'm glad to be here.
You're a brave, talented warrior, and it's our honor to have you with us.
I won't argue.
Will, why did you start Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
It was a culmination of a few things. I wanted to get involved in something physical, and then also I wanted to dominate the holidays.
Dominate the holidays. What did you mean by that?
So I have a stepbrother who trains Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I just wanted to show up this year. I didn't want to leave anything on the table after Thanksgiving meal, so to speak. And I just wanted to let everybody know who the sheriff is in town.
Tell me about your stepbrother's training.
Honestly, I don't know much about it. He's good. He's good.
How long has he been training?
2 years, I think.
2 years?
2 years, yeah.
So he had been training for a year before.
Yeah, something like that.
Before last Thanksgiving.
Maybe a few months, maybe a year.
So I want to hear more about last Thanksgiving. That's because that's really the genesis of this thing,
right,
isn't it?
Right.
Because you had no interest in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu prior to this.
Nope.
Okay. Now, did you know anything about the UFC prior to beginning Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
Yeah, I watch JRE, so I
Okay.
talk about it all the time.
But so this was your first encounter with Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
Yeah, face to face.
Okay. And how did you find out that your stepbrother trains? He just couldn't stop talking about it. He had the Jiu Jitsu bug.
It was more than that. So my mom and his dad weren't married at the time, but I was invited to their Thanksgiving. So I went over to their house the night before Thanksgiving. Nobody even knew my name. I was just some guy standing in the corner, and he was demonstrating on one of his brothers what he'd been learning in class, and I was terrified that my soon-to-be stepdad would tell me to get in there with him. So I just signed up for classes the next day.
Has he seen the first episode of this show? So,
I sent it to him about a week ago. But I think somebody else had sent it to him before, so he was peripherally aware of it. But he didn't expect it to be such a big deal. I didn't expect it to be a big deal either.
yeah, that was a big mistake. You trained with me, so
Right. I didn't know what I was getting
I take
into.
everything over the top.
That's all right.
Tell me about this year's gathering. Was it friendly? Was it tense? Was it like, did you get nervous?
No,
Did it feel like a competition?
It was all good. It was friendly. We were just talking about school, eating Thanksgiving.
How long before y'all broke the tension and said something about it?
Maybe 30 minutes.
And so y'all are hanging out for 30 minutes, and finally
It just gets brought up, I think.
it got brought up, or did you go, so are we going to do this?
So I take that back. Actually, when I walked in, they said, we'd just been talking about you.
Oh, that was already going.
So I was like, oh, it was good things. And they said, yeah, we were talking about your video. And then later on it came up.
That's what, hold on 1 second.
He was like, maybe, yeah, we should roll. I was like, yeah, sure, let's roll. And then, so the next day, Thanksgiving Day, this is it. And we weren't really talking about it.
Everybody else wanted to see it. The hype was
everybody
real.
else was talking, especially my stepdad. he was the most into it of anyone. And he
I could tell from the video that your stepdad
he's an amazing hype man.
is my kind of dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he got off the same dad joke like 3 times in that one
Get
like
up,
60 second.
get down.
Yeah, that one. That one. That's the one.
Get down, get up, get around, get down, get up.
So your stepdad's on board. Tell me about how your mom feels. She's laying low, or she's letting you be your own man, or what?
You know, she's just holding the camera vertically, just
Vertically.
being a mom, you know.
So now here we are. Everyone's ready. Stepdad is Bruce Buffer. Mom on the sideline cheering it on. Vertical video. You're dressed in a
Sweater and khakis.
sweater and khakis. Good. You didn't come prepared or nothing? You didn't have a mouthpiece in your
I had
pocket?
a mouth guard and shorts in the car, but I was feeling confident enough.
Okay. So how big is your stepbrother?
He's smaller than me.
So you got a little size on it,
Yeah.
huh?
And, you know, he trains in gi. I train no gi. So the sweater, that's halfway.
That is, I
So
like
that's
that.
fair.
That is fair. Was he allowed to grab the sweater?
I mean, he did a little bit. Not too aggressively, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it was to
It's
you,
a
it was like
habit.
a what else.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so
I'm nonchalant. I'm cool.
how did it go down? How did the engagement start? We slap bump? What happened?
So we talked a few minutes because my stepdad was like, all right, get it. I'm like, okay. So we had to take everything out of our pockets. He had a knife on him. I had to make sure that came out.
That's right. Yeah, 'cause you don't know what they're teaching them down there in Auburn. and all that.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yeah.
They can't win a football game. They got to do something.
Dude, you said it, not me.
I don't know nothing about football. I'm just talking trash.
I don't want to go there. You know, those Auburn people, you know.
They're a little iffy. They be carrying them knives.
Exactly. So, you know, we're like, he's asking me, do you want to do takedowns? What do you want to do? I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm probably not going to do a takedown.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, because you train with Brandon, you're like, ooh,
I can't say, no, we'll start from the knees.
my guy.
And so I'm like, yeah, takedowns are fine.
Mhm.
So he comes into me, and I go for, that Ashi system we've been doing?
I do.
That's where I
yes.
go for that. I know you know it, but
Yeah.
that's what I went for, right?
So you
And so
you
he's-
pulled guard and went underneath him.
Right.
Okay.
So he stacks up on me, and then we're playing like that. So he's stacked
the
up.
single leg X.
Yeah.
Okay. So he
And-
pulls single leg X. This is right up Keelan's alley, just so you know. Keelan's feeling this.
So-
I can see it.
We're just kind of, we're very lethargic.
What do you mean lethargic?
We've
The
got a
tryptophan.
The tryptophan. I was trying to think of the word.
That's the one.
Yeah. So we were we were moving slow.
Sluggish,
Very
some would
slow.
even say.
Yeah, sluggish, slothfully, moving slothfully.
That's more of an attitude, but I understand.
Well, look, I'm talking about myself. I can describe myself that way because I know myself. And so we're playing like that, and then he says, "Oh, behind your head, there's dog poop. Let's move." Good call.
Oh
Good
man,
call.
that was a strong move by the stepbrother.
Yeah, very
that
honorable.
That was honorable.
Extremely honorable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. No,
It's fresh, too.
I'm forced to ask this question. If the roles had been reversed, would you have told him about the doo-doo?
Honestly, I'm like a shark. You know when a shark goes in for an attack, its eyes roll back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so single-minded, I probably wouldn't even notice. I'd be going for the kill.
I feel that
Yeah.
when there's blood in the water.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Yeah.
that was a great answer.
So we move back a little bit, and he passes my guard, right?
Wait. He passed your guard?
So
We're in single leg X. You can't just say, and then so he passes my guard, right?
So we get up, we move back, we get to roughly the same position.
Did you feel like you got cheated on the restart?
No, absolutely not, because I didn't want to be.
Oh, you gave away too much on the restart?
No, I didn't want dog poop in my hair. I don't
Okay,
care.
I got you.
So I think we get back into the position, and the video could totally prove me wrong. I'm just talking, but he gets past my legs, right? So I think he goes to side control, and then we're kind of in a scramble, a slow scramble,
A very
slow,
sluggish
sluggish,
tryptophan-induced
carbohydrate-laden scramble, and I think he goes for a chair sit because I know he gets on my back. So he gets on my back, and he goes in for the rear naked.
Uh-oh.
But there's space, and so I go like this, and do this, and then tuck my chin.
Now, how did you know what to do, Will?
We've been working on this like all month.
My man.
So I get out of it.
Easy, no problem, right? Easy?
Easily.
Mmm.
Sorry.
Mm.
And then I think at that point I get to side control, I think. My stepdad goes 10, 9.
Oh, so you got to top side control.
And then
the stepdad starts counting down.
I looked up and I said, now you start the timer. And I think he tries to sweep, but I believe at this point, I believe is when I get to mount. And I'm trying to work up, crawl up underneath his arm for the arm triangle. And so he's doing this. And he's being really stubborn. So I end up.
So you hit him with a rock.
No, that was Plan B, but we got stopped before. But we'll get to that point. So I put my knee over his arm to pin it, and I'm about to go for this mounted triangle. I think I get my leg behind his head, but then the stepdad calls time.
No, he stood you up.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I think they had to go. They had to go shopping or something. They had to go to Cabela's.
So it was declared a draw.
Always prepared.
Just some questionable refereeing. Now, that's all I'm saying. I need to review the footage.
Yeah.
You know.
And the footage could totally prove me wrong. I might,
What if it turns out he had you in a triangle?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think I don't even know.
All right.
I was tired.
So yesterday was a draw, and today, the big showdown. Once and for all, we're going to have a champion. 7 p.m. It's going down here. Breaking news. Will, I'm sorry to inform you that Locker has pulled out of this event tonight. Will,
Wow.
how do you feel right now?
Disappointment, bloodlust, betrayal.
These are powerful words.
Yeah. From the heart.
Let's see if we can get some more information. Am I to understand that he pulled an all-nighter so that he could go, was it duck hunting?
I believe so.
Ducks?
Yeah, ducks. Hail to the king.
You filled your bellies with turkey and dressing.
Too much, yeah.
Yep, too much. That's an important part of this story.
It is.
To you, though,
No,
you'd be fighting grown men every night.
absolutely. I'll fight a 50-year-old.
My man. What
Yeah.
about a 70-year-old?
Bring it on.
And would you fight a 90-year-old woman? Like, in a fist fight? Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's easy win.
my boy's looking for them dubs. I really can get them.